For as long as I can remember, I've been a fan of WWE games and just a fan of this product in general. But before I get started, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. It is RG Energy. The link will be in the description. It's also in my channel bio. I'm trying to grow, and so I would really appreciate that. Thank you. But in all seriousness, though, so I started playing WWE games with WWE 12 a long time ago, 2011, and over the years, I've experienced some really, really terrible, but also great WWE games. I mean, 13 was a classic, 2K14 a classic, 2K15 on PS3 was a classic, if you know, you know. 2K15 on the PS4 was garbage. 2K16, classic. 2K17, and now I love 2K18. And I love 2K19. 2K20, was kind of booty. 2K20 was a little bit garbo. I mean, just think about think about everything that we have came to. And then the system changed. Visual Concepts took over the creation of the WWE games. And so, because of that, we now have 2K22, 23, 24, and 25. Now, when people say that all these new games are the same, I think I kind of understand what they mean, because Visual Concepts changed the way that the games are played, where every single time that you do a move that is not a running move or your finisher, it's a grapple. As you can see here, I'm playing in this match. Everything that is done is a grapple that is not a finisher or a running move, unless you're diving off of something. So I can see why people say that these games are the same, but especially with 24 and then last year, what I can also tell you is that these games are just fun. And you really, in the flow of matches, you really do not notice exactly like how much the gameplay changed from 2K18 and 19 and 20, and then the jump in 22, 23, 24, and now 25. So I say all this to say that no, 2K25 does not beat out 2K24, which, if I were to make a tier list, 24 would be possibly the best wrestling game that I have ever played. And if not that, it is certainly up there. I don't think it's that good. But 2K25 is flawed, but it's fun. Some things this year that I like about the gameplay that they added in was, I like that you can go onto the barricades and dive off of them. I think that's a cool feature that I don't recall being in any WWE game, at least the games that I have played, because I didn't play SmackDown vs. Raw. I did play SmackDown vs. Raw. I played 08 and 09, but I didn't own any of them. I get them from the library. I didn't play Here Comes the Pain or, Shut Your Mouth. I didn't play any of those games. So I wouldn't know whether or not you could, dive off the barricade. The animations, I mean, they say that there's so many new ones, and I believe it, but at the same time, though, I don't, because it kind of feels in a lot of ways like a reskin of last year's game, which look, like I said, I can't hate on that, and I'm not going to hate on that, because last year was a pretty good game, and you can see that there are fundamental differences. I mean, if you look at the match that I'm playing right here, what's something key that you noticed that was not there last year? There's damage on their chest that is completely different from last year. Matches feel more brutal, and for some reason, for whatever reason, yes, they slowed the gameplay down, but the matches feel like they hit harder, and it feels more brutal, and you really do feel like you are in a brutal wrestling match. So I say all this to say that while they slowed the gameplay down, and you notice it at first when you're doing like light strikes, that's when you really notice it, is when you're doing light strikes and such. But other than that, I think one of the biggest changes in this game is that you can actually see battle damage, like visual, not just like red chests. Like you can see scars and gashes and bruises and welts on faces, on their back, on their chest. Even if you have some wrestlers that are in trunks, on their legs. And the blood, which I thought was fantastic last year, the throwing of weapons is still all there, and it's still fantastic. Part of what made 24 awesome. The backstage area is okay. I appreciate Visual Concepts for trying something, but it really didn't reinvent the wheel in terms of that. Now, something that is controversial apparently about this game, but I find it very fun, is that, and like I said, I don't recall being able to do this in like any of the SmackDown vs. Raw games even, or in any of the definitely modern games. Intergender wrestling is something that's just completely different. But overall, I'm happy with the game in that sense. Now it's time to get into the modes. So I think, first of all, my faction, man. My faction is what you would consider to be my team for 2K games if you play the NBA games. You just open up packs, man. You're just opening up packs. And while it's fun, you gotta do the same thing over and over and over and over again to even have a chance of getting a decent card. And when a lot of the stuff that you can get in the game, like, cosmetics, is hidden behind this mode and another mode that we'll be talking about later, it kind of leaves a lot to be desired. And personally, I mean, this is what is plastered all over the game when you open it. It's my fashion, my fashion, my fashion, my fashion, and then the island. And then it's my fashion and my fashion. And the problem is that this is like a crucial core mode of the game that you really do not feel is something that is there for you. It's there for, I guess, the people that like really, really love opening up cards and maybe getting something cool. I guess that's what it's there for, because I know it's not there for us. It's not there for the people that just want to open up a game and play, because that is not something that I think is beneficial to the overall 2K player. I just don't think so. And so I think that when you have that, it's something that just it's not good for the player. It's just not. That's why I think that universe mode, man, that's my favorite mode in the whole game, in the whole series. And all I was asking for this particular game was 2-night PLEs. And all I was asking for was that you could have pay-per-views on any night. And it didn't glitch. So far, in my universe mode, as y'all can see, I'm having so much fun playing it. I put TLC on Sundays as a minor show. I'm actually having so much fun playing this game. So much fun. It is so fun. The only thing that I can complain about is that on 2-night PLEs, you have to have the same show. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you have Raw and SmackDown assigned and then one night is Raw and the other night's SmackDown? Like, that would be cool. So 2K, if you hear that, it's a minor nitpick. Other than that, personally, I think y'all nailed universe mode this year. So hats off to you. So keep it up. Keep this in the game for next year. Keep it in there. Showcase was improved upon. In the past 3 games, we would just get music And then they would be like, go to the southeast corner. Go to the southeast corner and hit your opponent 7 times with light strikes. Now it's just like, do an Irish whip, hit your finisher and win. That's what it is. And that's what Showcase Mode should be. And also, this is sad that I have to congratulate this, but there's, commentary back, and there's actual in-game cutscenes again in a Showcase Mode. And it's about the Samoan Dynasty, which I think is actually really cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty cool. And I kind of don't hate it. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But it's definitely improved. Another game mode that I think got improvement was actually My GM. There's more GMs to pick from this year, and I picked CM Punk because, he's in my top 3 favorite wrestlers ever. And then, of course, y'all know me, I had to run with the ECW brand, baby. But overall, I mean, they added more matches this year. The draft is a lot more fun. It just kind of feels like no matter what you pick in terms of your draft order, like, you are going to get a very, very high and a very, very good draft class. It's just that there's still basic things that you can't do within the mode. And, like, especially if you're playing it online, it's kind of bare bones. Now, I understand that this year they put all their time into My Faction, and they put all their time into the island. And essentially, what it feels like with My GM is that it's just there to have another game mode. It's for people who want to do universe mode, but don't want to put the time into making shows and creating custom rosters for universe mode. That is essentially what they want, which is kind of like, you don't want to do my eras in the NBA games. You just want to pick up the game, play as one singular team, and build your roster out that way, which I can completely understand. But My GM is just here so that 2K says, here, you have your 6 modes, have fun. Because if My GM got taken out, there would be people that would literally be like, I'm quitting. I'm not playing this game anymore. And I can kind of understand that. But at the same time, My GM is just a poor man's universe mode. I'm sorry to say. I am sorry to say. I know that's going to get y'all mad at me. That is going to get y'all mad at me. But that's just the reality of it. And I like it. It's okay. But why would I play through My GM a full playthrough when I have universe mode and it's better this year? And I'm happy with it. Just think of it in that way. And I think that you can think of it in that way. Then, look, for those of you that are diehards of the My GM game mode, then I think you'll be happy with it. Overall, there are some better changes, and as y'all can see, I picked an insane roster for the few minutes that I actually played. But, I mean, you think my thing is that, like I said, like, this mode is just here. It's just here to say, it's kind of like the, here, damn, take it. 2K mode. That's what I really think. And I'm sorry to say that because people were so excited when My GM made it back into the game. It is a classic mode from the SmackDown vs. Raw days. But I fell in love with universe mode. That's what I look forward to every single year, is doing different stories within my universe mode. And so, My GM, overall, it's okay. I understand why people are so, like, obsessed with it. It's just not for me, though. The Island of Relevance, aka WWE 2K's newest way to get cash out of people and sweats and tryhards. First of all, let me get the positives out of the way. The island itself looks nice. It's okay, considering that it's only on current gen. Sorry, I'm calling PS4 last gen because PS5 is current gen. It's not next gen. Stop it. But here's the thing. This is literally like you're hiding half of the cosmetics, half of the creative stuff behind a paywall. And then in order to get anything, if you don't want to spend your own money on this game, which if you buy the game base, it's $70. The second mode, the Undertaker mode, is like $100. I spent $140 on this game. Why would I want to then spend another $100 for me to get tats and clothes and shoes and wrestling gear? And it's not even like the best stuff. Like I would get the bare bones minimum stuff in this game or in this mode. But this and my faction is what 2K focused on the most this year. Were these two modes. Like I said, the island looks pretty. It's cool. And I kind of understand what they were going for with it. But overall, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I don't think it's for... You can literally skip this mode and just make your own clothes. Like, it's not worth playing this mode to get certain clothes that you can play in the game and the Roman Reigns arena, essentially. The clothes are cool, I guess, but unless you want to spend every hour upon every hour playing the island, then it's not worth spending so much time, because you're going to spend real money, which is the goal that 2K has, is for you to spend real, actual money on this mode. This is their cash cow, and I'm not going to give into it. I'm not. 2K25 overall is alright. Like I said, it's flawed, but it's fun. And I enjoy it, but I understand those that are angry with it. My faction, the island, you get it. But the improvements to showcase mode, to the My Rise mode, to the My GM mode, just to the gameplay overall, I mean, this is the best My Rise that we've had in years. In fact, I think ever. This is the best career mode that we've had in games in a long time. But y'all still need to bring back the road to WrestleMania, because those were phenomenal. Overall, this game is solid. It doesn't beat out last year. So, for those that glazed this game, stop saying that. But it's also not the worst game ever. It's just a reskin of last year with a few slight improvements. It's not bad. It's flawed, but it's fun. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all on the flip side. Peace.